Hello, 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 and welcome to Kaylin's Corner. I'm your host, Kaylin, and this is my corner of the internet, where I talk about anything and everything that comes to mind. Thank you for joining me, and I hope this finds you well. I low key have been procrastinating recording this episode all day. Well, maybe not all day, but for the portion of my day that I've had the room and space to actually record. Mind you, there will be some noise in the background because I'm not in this space alone, but I am in the room alone. So that's as good as it's gonna get, I'm afraid. So I apologize in advance for any noises that you may hear because I can already hear some. And I genuinely don't know if the mic is going to pick it up as well as I can hear it because I do have the noise canceling on. So, but I just wanted to give a little bit of a warning, I guess, so that way you're not taken aback by the noise that you may or may not hear. So, yeah. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for clicking on my podcast episode for today. I'm going to keep it real with you guys. I have some things written down, but honestly, I don't even know if I really want to talk about it. I don't know what I want to talk about. There's just been so much going on in my personal life and the world around me, and it has been a little bit overwhelming. There's part of me that feels like I need to disconnect from the internet for a little bit and just, like, exist in my everyday reality and focus on that for a bit. But that's what well, actually, I was going to say that's what I have been doing. That's what I was doing. But no, I do still continue to engage on TikTok. And I even post on TikTok a little bit more now. If you haven't checked that out, it is linked in the description if you're interested. But I don't know, there's part of me that feels like I just need to take a full on break from all the social medias. Don't talk to me. But I just got back into recording my podcast. And it's also like you can't run away from the things that are happening every day. You still have to continue to exist. Although I can reduce my intake of social media and internet consumption, it's not gonna change what's going on around me. But I can also change the way that I consume the media, or I can also change the kind of media that I consume. Excuse me. Don't mind me, this is like a little vent session, I guess. But it's my corner of the internet. I'm just gonna talk about what I feel like talking about. So, yeah, anyway. I I don't know. I get mixed feelings on it because to one extent it sounds okay. Like, yeah, okay, that's fine, sure. But then it's like, are you just gonna keep on taking breaks all the time? You know what I mean? But it's also like, well, when you work, you gotta take a break too. If you're working more than 6 hours, you are entitled to a half an hour break. You are entitled to your 30-minute break. Take that shit. On a side note, I don't understand people who prefer. Well, I've definitely spoken about this before. I understand, but at the same time, I don't. Like, I don't get it. Well, I guess it's an agree to disagree kind of thing. People who work through their 30-minute breaks. Baby, take your break. Your body needs it. You're going to burn yourself out. It's the same people who don't stop to take their 30-minute breaks that will complain about being exhausted and burnt out. I mean, you can take your 30-minute breaks and still be exhausted and burnt out. But at least you can say that you gave your body the opportunity to rest and recoup as opposed to just, well, I worked through my entire 8 hour shift without taking a break. Baby, baby, you could have taken your 30 and your 15-minute break. Like, please, please do yourself the favor. I'm not saying this for me, I'm saying this for you. You don't know how bad your body is screaming for you to stop and take a break. Stop and take a break. I mean, I understand that there are some scenarios where it's a bit tough to actually get that in, depending on the circumstances, because I know how it can be for me and my job. But if you get the opportunity, if it's there, I feel like you should take it. Take the opportunities that come your way. You don't know where they can lead you. As long as your gut feels like it's okay. But if you don't trust your gut, don't do it. I don't know. I'm very much someone who, I know this about myself. I can be very easily influenced, and I'm no stranger to that. But I can also see in that moment and realize in that moment, like, you're persuading me. And it is in that moment that I decide to just be like, you know what? I'll just continue to listen and hear them out and see how it goes. I know they're going to make it sound all like nice and whatever, but I can still think of, ooh, excuse me, I could still think of like counter arguments, is what I want to say, to the points that they're making or the thing that they're persuading me to do, and not vocalize them aloud to hear what they have to say, and just make my own determination based off of what I'm thinking on my own, based on what they're telling me, and come to my own conclusion. So sometimes in moments like that, I feel like it feels like I fell for, well, I feel like it seems like I fell for a trap, but I'm thinking all the time, baby. There will be moments like if I trust you enough where I'm just like, yeah, okay. But there are very few people that I trust enough to listen to blindly. Like, you have to really catch me on a day where I'm just blah, 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 not using my brain to get me to fall for a trap. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know if you're picking up what I'm putting down, but yeah, I feel like I sound like I'm boasting, and I don't mean it in that way. I feel like I'm very hyper vigilant. Is that the word? Is that the right word? Is that the right word? Oh, yeah. Hypervigilance is a condition in which the nervous system is inaccurately and rapidly filtering sensory information, and the individual is in an enhanced state of sensory sensitivity. This appears to be linked to a dysregulated nervous system, which can often be caused by traumatic events or complex PTSD. The the inaccurately in the beginning of the definition really got me. Damn. So maybe I'm not being as smart as I think I am. It's the ego. Hypervigilant describes being excessively or abnormally alert to potential danger or threats, a state of being constantly on guard and keyed up. It is a common symptom of post traumatic stress disorder and anxiety, but can also occur in other mental health conditions, manifesting as heightened sensitivity to the environment and a difficulty relaxing. You know what? They got me. They got me because that actually really does sound like me. That sounds like me a lot. And I don't know what the root of this trauma is. I don't know if I want to unpack that right now either. But if I get to it, if it comes down to it, if it happens, it happens. If it happens, it happens. But damn, that's crazy. I do have trouble relaxing. That I know for sure. Not that I'm in like constant well, maybe I'm just in denial. I was going to say not that I'm in constant fight or flight mode, but maybe I am in constant fight or flight mode. And honestly, I feel like it's hard not to be in constant fight or flight mode with everything that's going on. Maybe I'm too aware of the things that are going on. Maybe I have too many things being put into my head. Maybe I'm exposed to too much media. Maybe there's just some unresolved conflict in my brain. Maybe. I don't know. I feel like the list is super long. But for me personally, I feel like it's hard to not be in fight or flight mode. But maybe this is just the hypervigilance. Oh my god. Sorry, my brother is having too much fun playing games right now. And maybe not too much fun. He's having a lot of fun playing games, or maybe he's not. Maybe he's losing. That's probably why he's yelling. I didn't hear what he said. I just heard him being loud, so I apologize for that. But we're coming to some realizations right now. And I don't know how I feel about it. But what really confirmed it for me was the difficulty relaxing. Because even in the gym, even with my trainer, like there will be some exercises where I have to keep my arms down, like dead weight, like pretend your arms are not there, flat to your sides, just leave your arms down. You don't need to move them. You're using your legs right now. But my shoulders will end up rising up to my ears. She's like, relax your shoulders. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know. I don't know why I do that. I don't know. And it's honestly very frustrating because when I'm training on my own, I get so nervous about my form and I can see myself because, well, I don't always, but I'm tr- I don't always, but I'm trying to work out a little bit more in front of the mirrors so that way I can see what I'm doing and correct my form because I'll watch videos and things and I'll have the instructions like I can spot what the good form looks like, but I can feel like I'm in good form and not actually be in good form. You know what I mean? It's a little bit more difficult when it's an exercise or movement that I haven't done with my trainer yet, and I'm doing it for the first time, and on the first time I'm doing it on my own, gets a little bit slippery slope there, but oh my goodness, I'm so sleepy. What the freak is going on? I'm sorry. Excuse the yawn. But if I'm doing that shit when I'm working out with someone else, imagine the shit that I'm doing when I'm working out by myself. So I do try to correct myself as I can. But, meh, baby, I don't know. I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. It it gets it gets to a point. It gets to a point. But how do I relax? How do I calm down? Excuse me. How do I become calm, cool, and collected? Well, I do find myself to be calm, cool, and collected. I don't think that necessarily it is. Is it similar and kind of in line to being relaxed? Perhaps, but how do I reach that sense of relaxation on my own? Let's Google it. How to relax. Relaxation techniques can help reduce stress and improve well being. Here are some effective methods: mind body techniques, deep breathing, meditation, yoga or Tai Chi, progress- progressive muscle relaxation, physical activities, exercise, spend time in nature, take a warm bath, other techniques, listening to calming music, read a book or watch a movie, spend time with loved ones, get enough sleep, limit caffeine and alcohol. Additional tips: create a relaxing environment, set boundaries, take breaks, seek professional help. Right, right. Thank you for those. I mean, they did expand on each of the techniques, Like for deep breathing, it says focus on slow, deep breaths, inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth, which is something that I already know and actually is something that I tell people to do. Like when people are feeling stress and they're like venting to me or something, I'm like, it's okay, you're fine. Just take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And, circle back. Take it baby steps, cut it up into bite sized pieces. It's okay. It's crazy that I can spit these things out and just not, well, maybe not. I was gonna say not do them myself, but that would be a lie because it is something that I do myself. When I feel myself getting tense from like anger or stress or anxiety, I do try to stop and take a deep breath. I'll count backwards from 5, maybe even 10 if it's that bad. Usually 5. I wouldn't say that I'm like someone that meditates or does yoga. Maybe I should give that a try. Kaylin relaxes. How are we going to try and relax? I do enjoy walks, although most of my walks consist of me and my dog. So I feel like I should try and go on a walk by myself. I haven't done that in a while. And just, use my legs, see where I go, see where they take me. Mm. Exercising is something that I do now, but like I said, the stress carries into the gym, and it doesn't seem to really be releasing so much because I'm stressing out about my form at the gym, and so I don't know if that's really helping. I really don't. Not on the stair. Well, I was gonna say not on the stairmaster though, but I honestly, I do try to keep my posture up because I've noticed I'm very observant. Like I'm not staring at people while I'm at the gym, but I'll glance around every now and then. And sometimes when I'm on other machines that are within view of the stairmaster, for example, I'll notice that people are like super hunched over. And I understand that it's probably due to the exhaustion of being on the stairmaster because, well, fun fact, I actually prefer the Stairmaster as my form of cardio. I've tried the treadmill. I think I've only been on the treadmill once or twice, but I don't like the way my legs feel after. My legs feel like jello. Like if my legs turned into jello, that's what I feel like they would feel like. And I was on the treadmill for maybe like a good 30 minutes or so. Did you know you only have 30 minutes? But yeah, no. Uh, in comparison to the Stairmaster, the treadmill is horrendous to me. Just walking, I do that all day. Give me something else. So I chose the Stairmaster. And honestly, I don't like the stairs. Like on a regular day to day basis, I'm not a fan of the stairs. I've always lived on the top floor. I've always had to go up a bunch of flights of stairs throughout my life. So me and the stairs are like frenemies. Like I use the stairs because I have to, but they're not like I'm not fucking with it, you know? But gotta do what you gotta do. I need to get inside. I I gotta go up the stairs. But fuck bringing the groceries up. Fuck doing multiple trips. I've said this before and I live by it. I don't make me go up and down the stairs 3 times to bring up 3 cases of water. Give me all 3 cases of water right now and I'll bring them up the stairs. Thank you. That's the kind of gal I am. I'm not fucking with the up and down nonsense. But somehow I'll tolerate 40 minutes on the Stairmaster. Yes, you heard that right. 40 minutes on the Stairmaster. And you might be thinking, Kaylin, you're fucking insane. Yeah, and yeah, no. Like my trainer is like, girl, I don't know. I don't know how you do it. I and you know what? Sometimes I don't know either, but it's so fun. I think I especially like it a little bit more because other people don't. And not that I go out of my way to be the odd one out, but I typically find myself enjoying things that other people don't. Like the Stairmaster, like washing dishes, like folding my clothes. I hate doing laundry, but there's something about organizing my clothes at the end that's so satisfying to me. I genuinely don't like washing dishes because my hands will get touching the food is gross, but you got to do what you got to do. And if there's a lot of dishes, my hands will shrivel up like I'm in like I'm an old lady. Ah, and just having to basically play in the soap and water for a while. Not a fun time. And don't even get me started when you're washing dishes after dinner and someone finishes before you finish washing all the dishes that are in the sink. And they're like, "Can I put this in here?" I guess. Just add to the misery, why don't ya? It's okay. I It is what it is, you know. Another dish. I'm already here. I'm already here. Instead of being like, let me take over for you. Oh, thanks. Nah, can I put this in there too? Bitch! How dare you! I'm gonna still do it anyway. I'm already here, like I said, so I might as well finish it off. But what the fuck, Richard? But I brought up the Stairmaster because I was saying that even when I'm on the Stairmaster, I am a little bit concerned about my form. Because, like I said, when I see people on the Stairmaster, a lot of the time they're like hunched over. And I feel like you're not supposed to be hunched over on the Stairmaster. Uh, I feel like that's not good for the back. I don't feel like that's good for the posture. So I try my hardest to keep myself up straight, you know, shoulders back and down and just marching on. But when I go up the stairs normally, like on a regular day to day basis, I go up the stairs 2 steps at a time because I don't like going up the stairs. And it's exhausting. And also kind of annoying how short the steps are for me. I don't feel like my legs are super long or anything, but sometimes when I'm going up or no, I was going to say down, not down. I've tried going down the stairs 2 steps at a time, and I can, but it's a little bit too nerve wracking for me. I'm too afraid that I'm gonna lose my balance when I'm overstepping and just fuck my whole shit up, and I don't want that. So, no, thank you. But on a regular day to day, like at work, at home, going up any flights of stairs, I'm going up the stairs 2 steps at a time. I don't care who's behind me. I don't care what they have to think. I'm gonna go up the stairs 2 steps at a time. Thank you. Why, you may be asking? Because it's a little bit faster. And because I can. Because I can, mainly. I can also go up the stairs 3 steps at a time, but that is quite a bit of a farther stretch. Actually, 3 steps is like it is a lot. It is a lot. But I've also done 4, almost ripped my pants that time. No word of a lie. Almost ripped my pants that time. So I don't do 4 steps. 3 steps is the max. 2 steps is the regular. If my legs were just a little bit longer, I could probably do 4 steps at a time. But that's some crazy work. Imagine having legs long enough to go up the stairs 4 steps at a time. How tall would you have to be? Or how much leg length would you need to have in order to go up the stairs 4 steps at a time? I feel like this is something I have to ask on the internet, like on TikTok specifically, because TikTok is where a lot of people are. And I feel like word or videos can spread like wildfire on that app. So if I reach the right audience, I can get my answer. And I feel like that would be a really fun social experiment. I'm going to write this down in my notes so that way I can see it someday again and actually act on it. How long do your legs have to be to go up the stairs 4 steps at a time comfortably? Comfortably. And now it makes me wonder how long my legs are to see what. I got distracted. I got a notification. I got distracted. It makes me wonder how long my legs are that allows me to go up the stairs 3 steps at a time. Max. Does that make sense? I don't feel like I phrased that right. I don't feel like that was good phrasing. How long do your legs have to be to go up 3 flights of stairs at a time? Because my legs are this long and I can go up the stairs for 3 at a time. Not necessarily comfortably, like I feel like when you're going up the stairs normally, it's very swift movements. And I can do very swift movements with 2 steps at a time. When it comes to 3 steps at a time, I can do it without holding onto the railing. But I do have to like catch my balance a little bit when my second leg swings to the step. You know what I mean? And I also don't use the same leg after like for each step up, if that makes sense. So, like going up the stairs normally, you do one leg after the other. Left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. I'll do the same thing when I'm going up the stairs with any other pace, 2 steps at a time or 3 steps at a time. And I will add that when I'm on the Stairmaster, I only do one step at a time. I haven't done two steps on the Stairmaster. I have seen someone else do two steps on the Stairmaster, and props to them because the steps on the Stairmaster are a little bit higher than the steps on a regular staircase, I feel like. Or that's what it looks like to me. I don't have a measuring tape and I'm not going to go and measure the fucking Stairmaster steps. But I do feel like they're a little bit taller than excuse me, your average staircase. Which would make sense because if you're trying to work out on the stairs, you're going to want a little bit more of a challenge as opposed to what you're used to, the everyday staircase. You know what I mean? So I feel like it would make sense logically for it to be a little bit taller on the Stairmaster. Hmm, I don't know. Why did I start talking about this? Oh, because I have trouble relaxing. But I like to do freaky shit like go 40 minutes on the Stairmaster. I don't do 40 minutes all in one go. I do break it up, and how the split goes depends on the day and my exhaustion levels. But usually, excuse me, why am I so sleepy? Sorry, I don't know why I'm asking as if you're gonna have the answer for me. I usually do split it up into two 20s. 20 minutes, take a little break, go again for another 20 minutes. Or if I'm really into the song that I'm listening to, I'll be like, okay, we already hit the 20-minute benchmark. Let's see if we can go until this song is over. And I'll do something like that. Or like if I hit the 20-minute benchmark and I'm not feeling as exhausted, I'll keep it pushing and just keep going. And then maybe I'll do the music thing where, like, all right, I'm getting a little bit tired, but let's see if we can pull through until the end of this song. And I'll do that. And it's a really good motivator, a good way to push yourself. Because you got to push yourself a little bit sometimes. That's how you get out of your comfort zone. And while it's scary to be outside of your comfort zone, it is necessary because how else will you grow? If you're constantly comfortable all the time, you're just going to stay in the same place. You got to spread out a little bit, grow a little bit. You grow from your discomfort because you get to learn something new. You get to learn, I don't like this, not because it's not comfortable, but because I don't enjoy this aspect of what I'm doing, or I do enjoy how I feel, I don't enjoy the execution of it. Is there another way to execute this action that will lead me to still feeling this same way at the end? Does that make sense? I hope so. I do be talking to myself. So like it makes sense to me in my brain, but that's because it's me and my brain. I don't know anyone else's brain to know what they're understanding from what I'm saying. So, yeah, there's that. I've very much been yapping. I'm very much been rambling. I haven't talked about anything I have written down, and that is okay. It's good to go outside of the lines. Don't keep yourself in a box. I don't like to keep myself in a box, and that's why this is Kaylin's Corner, where I talk about anything and everything that comes to mind. Because my mind wanders to so many different places. I don't want to contain her in a box and make her feel like she can only talk about these subjects or these things for this podcast. I want to be able to talk about a variety of things because I think about a variety of things. You know what I mean? While I do enjoy photography, I do enjoy food, I do enjoy traveling, those aren't the only things I want to talk about. I do like talking about my new experiences and sharing the things that I've learned from them, and about myself through these new experiences. And those different experiences vary on a day to day, week to week, month to month basis. So don't don't keep yourself in a box. You can acknowledge the box. You Oh my goodness. I wonder if the mic picked that up. You can acknowledge a box that's there, but that doesn't mean you have to go in it. You can pick some things out of the box, but you don't have to take everything. Just some food for thought. Just a little bit of food for thought. Hmm. Yeah. I guess I could talk about some of the things I do have written down though, because I do have some new experiences that I would like to share with you guys. This past week, I went to a new restaurant. I went to Ibizu in East Providence. I apologize if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, but it's spelled Ebisu. And it's a ramen restaurant. I didn't realize that's what they categorize themselves as. I was looking more for like if it was like a Japanese, a Asian, a Korean, or well, I guess those are all Asian, but like a little bit more specific as opposed to ramen. Because I didn't eat ramen when I was there. I had some yaki udon noodles with chicken. So delicious. Uh, I devoured every single bite. Every single bite. I was really hungry that day, though, to be fair. So I'm sure that alters my what's the word I'm looking for? My I don't want to say experience because that's not necessarily what I mean. But I'm sure that alters my what the fuck, Richard? Not my experience, my perspective, my criticism, I guess you could say. But I can also be really hungry and not enjoy the food that I'm eating. So, because I have had that experience before. And I turn into a whole different person. Because I was already hangry and now I don't enjoy the food that I'm consuming. In that instance, I did continue to consume the food. I ate the entire portion that was given to me because I was starving. But I left feeling unsatisfied and upset because I wasn't a fan of the flavor palette. Or flavor palette. I wasn't a fan of the food that day. So I was upset. But that's okay. You live and you learn. It was something new that I had tried, to be fair. Never had it before. Ah. So at least I know that it's not something that I enjoy. And that's okay. But I was upset because I didn't like the food. And it really stuck with me. So, with that being said, I do trust my own judgment because I can be hungry and try some new food, but still know if the food is actually good or not. At least in my opinion, of course. Because I've had experiences where I was super hungry and I ate some food, but it wasn't satisfying. So I wasn't super happy. I didn't really enjoy it. But I do feel like that amplifies, that's the word I was looking for, the criticism that I give, because I was already hungry. Like, I get a little bit hangry. I try not to release the negative emotions like the anger and frustration and whatnot because I'm hungry. That's my fault. I know when I start to feel hungry, I could have had a snack earlier or something. You know what I mean? But at the same time, the food wasn't to my liking, so it amplifies the hanger because I'm, well, at least in that instance, I was still hungry and I was already upset anyway, so it kind of just boosts that. Hanger plus 20, not just plus 10, plus 20. But in that instance, the food was really good. I was super hungry. Maybe that makes the experience all that much more pleasurable. I wouldn't doubt it. But either way, I did enjoy all the food that I had that day. To start, I went with a friend. To start, we had some, what was it? What was it? Garlic chili edamame. And I believe there were hot honey chicken buns. Ah, that's what I was looking for on the menu. Spicy honey chicken buns. They were so yummy. So yummy. I really enjoyed the edamame. I had a lot of them. I. What the fuck, Richard? You know what? Yeah. Um. I had a lot of edamame that day. And I'm not typically someone that goes out of my way to consume edamame, but. Excuse me. I'm not an edamame hater. I like edamame. It's yummy. It's just I don't know what it is with me and vegetables and not going out of my way to order them. It's just one of them tings, babe. It's just one of them tings. But it was really yummy. I did also have some gyozas. I'm not 100% sure if that's how you pronounce them actually, but that's how I pronounce them. So correct me if I'm wrong. And those were so good. And they also have chili oil at the table. I drizzled some of that on it. Oh my goodness, it was perfection. Perfection. I don't like using that word, but I use it sometimes. And in that instance, in that moment, perhaps because I was super hungry, it felt like perfection. Like it's very satisfying. I left there very satisfied. They do also serve alcohol. They have alcoholic drinks, but I didn't try any. I'm trying not to go too crazy with the alcohol consumption. But the drink sounded really yummy. I would be down to try. I definitely will be going back. They do build your own ramen bowls, and they also do build your own sushi bowl. My friend, shout out to Katie, had the build your own ramen, and it looked delicious. She said it was really, really good, and I trust her judgment. So I would recommend. But I don't know what it is with me and soup. But when I'm going out, and if I'm going out to eat at a restaurant, I don't want to consume soup. I don't know what it is. Like, it's not that I don't like soup. I enjoy soup, but I very much have to be in the mood for soup. And if I'm not in a soupy mood, I'll just I'll get something else. Like, why have soup when I can have just noodles? You know what I mean? It's the same thing. I don't know. And maybe it's the broth. Having to consume the broth. But I like soup. I just don't like to go out of my way to consume soup. And that's okay. But I do want to try ramen from a good spot. And I think that might be the spot that I go try ramen at. Because it looked really yummy. And the price is really good too. Highly recommend. If you didn't hear me before, it's called Abisu. It's in East Providence. Really delicious. Would go back to visit. Would go back to visit. Oh, I'm gonna have to save this. Sorry, I'm looking at things on Google Maps. And yes, had so much so much fun. The service was really nice. They're very kind. And it was pretty busy when we got in there. So I was like, okay, this is good. Because usually, maybe not usually, there are a lot of times where I'll go into a restaurant and it's super empty. I'm like, it scares me a little bit because I'm not sure. Is this restaurant empty because the food isn't good? Or is it empty because everyone just left? You know what I mean? So sometimes when the restaurants are empty and when I'm first going in, it makes me question what's going on here. But it was bumping, so I was like, okay, this place must be good. There's all these people in here, and the food, the aroma, so delicious. Love, love, love. Ooh, excuse me. Would go back. Will go back. I can't wait. I actually could really go for some right now. I'm starting to get hungry. Fuck. It's okay. I also that same day I was walking my dog, and I have a little bit of a specific route that I take him on, and I wanted to take him on a longer walk, but he wanted to turn on a specific street, so I just followed him. Whatever, that's okay. And I'm so glad that I did because there was a house that has a beautiful garden in front of it, lots of beautiful, super tall flowers. And I spotted a monarch butterfly at first. I pulled out my camera. Well, I pulled out my phone to open my camera and take pictures of it, but it flew away and I couldn't see it. I had my phone recording actually, and I was a little bit sad because I couldn't see the monarch butterfly, and I was looking around to find it, to try to find it and capture its beauty, but I couldn't see it anywhere. And then from the corner of my eye, I see a hummingbird. Oh my god, I can't even begin to tell you how excited I was because I mean, you can hear it. I posted the video that I took on my TikTok. It's linked in the description if you are interested in seeing. Mm, I'll link the TikTok specifically as well. But my TikTok account is also linked in the description, per usual. I was so. The woman was too stunned to speak. I was so excited. So excited. I've seen hummingbirds in the flesh a total of 3 times, including that time. And the first 2 times it was from afar, so I wasn't able to. Well, it was from afar and in passing, because those birds move so freaking fast. I was not able to pull out my phone fast enough to take a picture, unfortunately. But wait, no, I've seen hummingbirds a total of 4 times actually, because I remember when I went to Washington, I saw a hummingbird twice, 2 separate instances. And I was able to capture the hummingbird on the second instance. But the pictures were not that great. And I don't think I have them posted anywhere. I low key forgot that even happened. Wow. But my brain reminded me, shout out to her. I uh, love that I was able to see that. They are so pretty. So pretty, so pretty. So pretty, so pretty. I don't think I captured the hummingbird. I think I missed it. And that's okay. But I was able to capture one this past week, and it made me so happy. Not only did I see a monarch butterfly, but I also saw a hummingbird. I felt like the luckiest girl in the world, and truly, I am. And we love to see it. We love to see it. And if you're interested in seeing that capture, I'll have it linked below. I am starting to get super hungry though, so I think I'm gonna cut this episode off here. Thank you so much for listening to me ramble and joining me on this week's episode of Kaylin's Corner. I hope you enjoyed. You can keep up with me on all my socials. They're linked in the description below. And if you haven't already, you can follow my podcast wherever you're listening to it. I would greatly appreciate it. It helps out a ton. But until next time, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.